acting crazy.
All right.
Can't see me.
Okay. Hey everybody.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hey everybody. How everybody doing? How's everybody doing?
Hello, y'all.
Hello everybody. Can everybody see us? Good? Everything good? Can you see our full screen?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well,
Tiffany, not you.
hello everybody. It's KST Lux Lace Fashions. I'm Selena, aka Lovely.
Tiffany, aka TT.
And I'm Miss DJ Bear.
And Peaches, we gotta add her in, is gonna be a special guest on here, but she's gonna come in on our live. She's not up here yet. Peaches is gonna be a special guest. She'll be tuning in. We're brown skinned women that's bossed all the way up. And as promised, we're gonna shout out some businesses, starting off with Daily Care Home Agency out of Sanford, North Carolina. 919-292-1815 is the number. If you're looking for anybody, if you know anybody that wants home health care services, send them to the women team. And then, of course, we're going to shout out KST Lux Lace and Fashions LLC, right out of Sanford as well. Number is 910-984-5211. And we have lace fronts, all type of clothes, shoes, lashes, belt bands, bonnets. What else we get? Anything you can think of. If we don't have it, we'll get it.
We're gonna have it.
Go ahead, DJ Bear.
And also shouting out Blessed by the Best Catering with me, my uncle, and my grandmother and my aunts. You can hit us up on my page at KMAC or any Curtsy or Tilika Curtsy or Chase Moolah, and also with my aunt Shakia Curtsy. And also shouting out Monroe's Catering. My girl Aisha, she just got in stores. At your local stores in Dunn. She's got her banana pudding and strawberry shortcake at Liberty and Dunn, and also the D&H off of Fairground Road.
And I have Tiffany Davis and Green LLC. We do home inspections. You can reach me at 910-591-9712.
And we're going to shout out some local businesses. Shauna Satisfactions. She said you can contact her at lmckeachin@gmail.com. Then we have, if you want any catering, she's great. Please call her and support. We have Paris Amir Photography. Her Facebook business page is Paris Amir Photography, and her personal page is Brittany Blue. For any photo shoots or family photos, please hit her up. She's great as well. Then we have Bling with Beautiful Jewels, 4 and 13 by Latanya Owens. She sells paparazzi jewelry. So please hit her up if you're looking for any paparazzi jewelry. Then we have Bling with Gwen's Jewels by Gwen Bost. You can follow her, and she also sells paparazzi jewelry. Then we have hashtag Shoe Fly by Peaches. I got it right that time. For all the newest and latest shoes, please hit her up. And she's Dessa was on here with us. She's a guest too. Say hey, Peach.
Peaches is our guest for today.
And I also want to shout out another fellow podcaster, Wilson and Wilson Weekends. Please go and follow him on his Facebook page, and he has a YouTube as well. So let's support everybody, especially our Black-owned businesses and podcasts. Please go follow him and show him some love as well. So today I have a question, and before we start with our topic, and the question that I want everybody to think about, and then I want you to comment on here as we get into the show what your answer is. And the question is, would you rather be loved or hated?
And also just putting it out there, for anyone that you know that is going through a domestic violence relationship or encountering domestic violence, there is a 1-800 number for them. Make sure you use it. It's 1-800-799-7233.
Also, I want to say something about what we have right here in this box. This is Bougie Hippie, what I have been talking to everybody about. The weight loss pills I've already started, and can you tell how my waistline is slimmed down? I've already started, and you can tell I've slimmed down. My stomach is flattered. I had a bulge. My waistline is slimmed down some. It really, really works. Ladies, if you want to join the Bougie Hippie Challenge, please inbox us or hit us up and let us know, and we can do it together, hunting. We have the detox pills. They're meltdown pills. They're the detox pills. Then we have the apple cider gummies, which will curb your appetite. And then you have the fat burners that burns fat whether you're up or asleep. So hit us up if you want to order. You can go online and order the pills, but we can do the challenge together. All right. So, ladies, domestic violence is a topic. And I want to say, if you or anybody, whether you're a woman or a man, are in a domestic situation, please, please leave. Please get out. If you know. Yes, please leave. And it doesn't have to be a woman being in that situation, because men also can be with a violent woman that likes to put their hands on them as well. So domestic violence goes two ways, and it's not just one. Yes, and if you are aware of someone going in, being in a situation like that, help.
So to get an understanding of what domestic violence is, it's also referred to as intimate partner violence. Is a pattern of behavior in any relationship that is used to gain or maintain power and control over an intimate partner. This does not have to be just physical. It can be mental, emotional, sexual, economic, and sociological.
And can everybody see us good? Can you see? If you can't, can you just comment on here and let us know? You can barely see Tiffany.
Oh, okay.
Oh, which light? This light back here?
Let me see. Because I can see, everybody can see us up here. Hey, Janita.
Okay, how about now? Is that better?
Huh?
Okay, that's better. A little bit more. Is this good?
I'm gonna hook this light up.
She just got up. Okay, because I was looking at it and I was like, oh, maybe we can't see it so good. How about now? All right.
Is that
what
better?
About now? We're gonna have to close it. How about now, Peach?
Okay.
You're gonna see those. You're gonna see those regardless.
We turn them down.
All right.
How about now,
Sorry about it, y'all.
So we can see. I can see that one, but that one's still dark.
Just making sure y'all can see.
Is this better? Okay. All right. So the topic of today is domestic violence. And I'm sorry, y'all, we had to make sure y'all can see us and everything is good, because this is going to be a deep topic today, and this is a trigger. So if talking about sensitive conversation like domestic violence and abuse triggers you, you may want to click off, because this is going to get really deep. This conversation is going to get really real. And I'm going to share with you guys my testimony, because it's not a story, it's definitely a testimony on what I went through with domestic violence. So, Deja, you got some statistics for us.
That's typical.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all.
You might be experiencing domestic violence if your partner calls you names, insults you, or puts you down, prevents you from going to work or school, stops you from seeing family members or friends, tries to control how you spend money, where you go, or what you wear, acts jealous or possessive, or constantly accuses you of being unfaithful, gets angry when drinking alcohol or using drugs.
And you know what's crazy is I went through everything that she just called out on this paper. And whenever you're in this, every single thing that she read out, and it's crazy because I was a young girl and I met an older man, and an abuser, they don't start off being abusive. They actually start off being great, being the best providers, the best mates. They're just absolutely great. And I had a child, my first child, which wasn't his, and he treated him like his own. He treated him so great. He treated my family well. He was just amazing. He was like the best thing to ever happen to me. Literally, I cherished him. I grew to cherish him because he treated me so good, and I had never experienced a man to treat me that way because I was young. I had my first child at 17, and I met him when I was 18. So, and he was much older. He was in his late 20s. And so it was just crazy. He, like I said, was great. And then I married him, and that's when his true self came out. Because it never starts off like that. They wait until you are head over heels in love, and you just can't believe the person that they turned out to be. You know what I'm saying? That they're showing you now before they showed you the real them.
Yeah.
Before they showed you the real them. And if anybody wants to comment or call in, the number is 910-984-5211. And the question of the day is, would you rather be hated? Would you rather be loved or hated? Would you rather be loved or hated? And that's the question of the day.
Would you rather be loved or hated?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I just want to say,
with that question, I say I would rather be loved and hated, but I don't want to be loved today.
Me too.
yeah, me either.
I'm the same way. I would
My
rather be loved, but
cousin
not to death.
actually commented. Her name is Janita. She said very true. She's a survivor. She was young and married. Once the hit and start, you can never get that vibe back, and that is so true.
You definitely can't.
As for me, with me, I think me and the person that I was with, we both put each other through things, and I would get angry because of the hurt, and it was like once he would feel like he has an advantage over me to use because he will play me in front of everybody, and just to say, "Oh, she crazy," and he knew that he can hurt me, and I will lash out, and it just got to a point where it was embarrassing me, and I would just I will cry sometimes, and I will definitely cry to my mom because I'm like, people really feel like I'm crazy. And I know I'm not crazy. I know there's nothing wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like I said, it was going from the cheating. He'll say something to get under my skin, and no, I'm ready to swing. But it took me a minute to just pray. I had to literally pray that away from me and who I was, and it turned from me doing it to him to vice versa. Now, he want to fight me or he want to do little stuff to me because I'm not that person anymore.
And I want to say that when you got children, please take in consideration that you are not the only people in that relationship, that they're going through this abuse too, because it's something for them to have to watch their mother or their father going through something like that. That's not an easy thing to go through for the children as well. And think about those children when you're in those type of situations, and that should motivate you to want to get out even more. Because you shouldn't want your children to see you in that type of situation, and you don't want that to be a learned behavior. For your sons to feel like it's okay to put their hands on a woman, and for your daughters to think that this is what a relationship is supposed to be. So please think about the kids whenever you're in relationships. But I want to talk about the very first time that he hit me. And it was after I had got married to him. I used to go yard selling with his mom on Saturdays. And when I was pregnant with my first child by him. I was probably maybe 7, 8 months pregnant. And I was standing at the doorway and I was eating the biscuit that he had went and got that morning. And I was waiting for his mom to pull up. And the neighbor across the street had came out on his porch. And I could tell that he had got drunk the night before because he just looked horrible. He looked rough. He looked like he had a long night the night before. And he threw his hand up and waved, and I threw my hand up and waved back. And it was just as simple as that. And next thing I know, I seen stars. He just punched me in my face. And I was so shocked because I could not believe that he did that. You know what I mean? So he instantly, he said, I see you making eyes at him. I see y'all making eyes at each other. And I was confused. I threw my hand up and waved. So he went from I was making eyes at him to bawling, crying, saying that he loved me so much he just couldn't imagine life without me. And he was so sorry and how he would never do that again. He just loved me to death. When someone tells you that they love you to death, believe them.
Please believe them.
Leave. Or that they'd rather see you dead than with somebody else.
Yeah.
Leave, because that man meant that. And you'll find out why I say that when I finish the story. Yeah. This man meant he slowly turned me into somebody I didn't recognize. I always have cared about my appearance. And he started slowly changing. I confided in him about a lot of things in my past and childhood that I had not even told my parents that had happened to me. And he used all that information against me. He used it mentally against me to the point where he started controlling what I wore, how I talked, who I was around. When people would come around, if his friends would come around, I would have to look down at the floor. I couldn't look them in their face. So if one of his friends spoke and said, "Hey, Selena," I had to put my head down to the floor and speak back. I couldn't look them in the face. Or he would fight me when they left.
That's so sad.
It was crazy. He would put paper in the door. So when he would leave to go to work, he'll know if I opened the door that day. He would put stuff on top of my tires on the car so that if I moved, and I never knew that, the whole entire time. I just couldn't understand how he knew when I would, leave the house or whatever. He would put stuff on top of the tires so if I moved the car, he would know. He would come home and be like, "Oh, you let where you go today?" And he would fight me. And done, the mail truck pulls up. The mailman drives up a truck in the yard, and he gets out and put the mail on your house in your mailbox. He would accuse me of having someone over from the mailman's tires and the footprints and fight me. I couldn't hang clothes out on the line.
It was so bad, and your first situation, mine was we were just riding down the street, normal conversation, everything, everything cool. I'm not passenger side, someone driving by. He just called out and backed in, punched me, and my mouth and my nose was open. Both of them just, just leaving. So me, just being me, I jump over on there. I was attacking him. So he somehow gained composure, control, whatever. Slung me back to the passenger side. Slung me back to the passenger side. Where's the car over? And just gets over me and starts just going. So we in the car just hustling. So mind you, I'm bleeding because he had already busted my nose with my mouth. So whatever comes everywhere then at that moment, because blood is just splattering. Blood is so much everywhere. So he takes me back to his house. Matter of fact, I was on my way home from City with him for the weekend. So he takes me back to his house. And we walk in, and he just leaves back out. It turns the alarm on. So he locked me in the house. I did not leave out the house. He comes back and tears and everything on my face. Like, he's so sorry. Hit me. And as he's being sweet and in love that I thought, I accepted that. And I took him back,
Yeah.
I'm just rolling and pussy. I shake
You know,
I could go somewhere for a whole week or something. It's clear. My family knew nothing about this.
and I was just about to say that. I wouldn't tell my family because I knew that I didn't want to be responsible for my family going to prison or
Yeah.
killing him because I knew how my family was, especially my dad. And I knew that my dad would have killed him, but my dad adored him.
And that's the
Did you
scariest
ever
thing.
tell your dad?
He knew, he found out because one particular time he ran me over with a car. Remember I told y'all about how I was pregnant with my second son by him at this time. And I had cornrows in my hair and had like 8, and he ripped the cornrows out of my hair with my hair still braided in them. So this was he's starting to get so abusive that now it's messing with my appearance. I had got a job at Tyson Foods and he didn't want me to go to work one day because he had came to pick me up one night. I was working second shift and a guy was standing outside. He was late picking me up and he didn't want to leave me outside by myself and he was pissed. So that next night when it was time for me to go to work, he drugged me in the woods and he tried to drop cinder blocks on my head. But I put my hands over my face, so he broke my hands. I got pins in my hands. Peaches is loud. Peaches, you can hear it's
Tell her
loud.
to mute
Mute
her
your
phone.
phone, Peaches. Mute your phone, Peaches. So he broke my hand. When he ran the cinder blocks, he chased me down. He started beating me with the 2x4s that were behind the house. And he had pulled my pants down to my ankles so I couldn't run. It wasn't nothing but the grace of God that gave me the energy to get up and run. And one of my aunts stayed across the street from me, and my aunt Andy Mae just so happened to be coming out the door, and he was hawking me down. He tacked me down in her front yard. I was unrecognizable. My body from my head to my feet was black and blue.
Did your aunt know what was going on?
Now,
'Cause you said they was living across the street.
yeah,
so-
they didn't know. Now they're starting to know.
Yeah.
Because of that situation. And it was really bad. And now my dad and them knew that this is how they started to find out because that I couldn't hide that. My arm was broken. You know what I mean? So it was really bad. But when he almost killed me a couple of times, but the last time, the really worst time, we weren't even together. I had left him, but I didn't want to be those bitter baby mamas that don't want to bring the kids, want to keep you because I'm not with you, don't want the kids to see you.
Yeah.
So I would bring the kids to see him every day after work. And this particular day, it was Halloween. I had this feeling something told me to not go over, something told me to leave, and I sat there for some reason. And he came home, and by the time he came home, the feeling was so bad in the pit of my stomach that I was like, well, I got to go to work tomorrow. I'll just go ahead and bring them back tomorrow. And he was like, no, come in the house. He took the kids out of the car and he took them in the house. And something told me not to go in the house and I didn't. I sat on the front porch and they had a swing on the front porch. And so he kept going in and out of the house, So the last time he went in the house, I started getting the kids and putting them in the car because I just had this terrible feeling like something was going to happen. So by the time he realized that I had locked the car doors and his mom pulled up, I was like, I want to see my grandkids. And I was like, no, please don't take them out of the car. But she did. And he got me out of the car and she was like, why don't you spend the night? And I was like, no. He was like, why don't you spend the night? I was like, no. He put his hand in his pocket. And he was like, so you're not going to spend the night? And I was like, no. And he slit my throat.
Where
He
was
slit my
his
throat.
mom was there?
His mom was in the front yard. And I
She
was
knew what was
screaming.
going on?
I was screaming. Eventually, my kids walked around there. They were really little, and he slit my throat. When he stabbed me in my earlobe was hanging. I didn't even know. I was numb. He stabbed me under my arm, the corner of my mouth, and then he stabbed me in my nose. That's why the right side of my face droops. And when he stabbed me in my nose, it went through the roof of my mouth, and the handle broke off. So I didn't even know he did all that. Because at this point now, everything is numb. I could smell the blood, and it smelled so bad. It smelled like death. And I took off running into the neighbor's house, and he chased me. And he was such a manipulator. He was like, what's wrong? Why are you running? Like you didn't just do what you just did. And the neighbors ran him off. And I remember waking up, and I was in the hospital. And
So you can rest out.
I passed out. I lost so much blood. I passed out. And nobody would let me see myself. And I was like, why didn't they let me see myself until I got home? And I could not recognize who I was. My hair was so swollen from him stabbing me the way he did. I'll never forget that. I live with scars of that every single day. My children, it is. No, I don't trust people. And you're absolutely right, Peaches. Because it turned me into an angry person. I'll stay fighting all the time because I started feeling like I got to get you before you get me. Because he did me so wrong. So when he would fight me, he just wouldn't fight me. He would go above and beyond to hurt me. And I remember asking him from jail, what would he have done if he had killed me? And he said, I just would have killed myself.
Oh, wow.
That's what he told me. That's what he said. That's what he said. And I remember begging him to stop. I was like, please stop, please. He said, no, I got to go ahead and finish you off now because I'm going to jail either way to go. So I got to go ahead and finish you off. And I started praying, asking God to forgive me for my sins then because I just knew I was going to die. I just knew that was it.
That is so sad.
And he used to always tell me that he loved me to death and he'd rather see me dead or to see me with somebody else. And I just thought, oh, that's so cute. You know, for him to be a little bit like that, that man meant that.
Yeah,
I don't want nobody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you unhappy overall.
Mm-hmm.
Your life is miserable.
I was so miserable. I was so miserable. I wanted to kill myself. I hated my life. The only thing that kept me going was my children.
There's nothing satisfying about that.
That's the only thing that kept me going.
And you know what's crazy? Mine continued after the death of my daughter. My daughter passed away, and it was all in the hands, my hands of my children's father. You know, I'm gonna put it out there. And it's like, even after the death of my daughter, I was still, you know what I'm saying, abusive. You know, he wouldn't think that that was his eyes, but.
And it's crazy because they'll find any reason to continue to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Any reason to say that they're right.
Mm-mm.
When it's a tissue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Forever. Yeah, and you know what was the ultimate? And I have a lot of people that I despise, and they see me now and they speak, and I won't even so much speak because you knew what was going on. You would sit there and drink with him and party, and then when he got drunk and started to put his hands on me, you go, oh, well, like on Color Purple, whoop, time to go. You wouldn't intervene, you wouldn't stop it, no nothing. You wouldn't give me help or anything. And I was a kid.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it was crazy. I would never, ever, ever walk away or turn a blind eye to somebody going through something like that.
My cousin said it's a mind thing.
Mm-hmm.
She said they play on us weak men. They know our strengths, but we put our all into it. I'm sorry. That it's easy for them to take the strength away,
Mm-hmm.
but I see y'all gain y'all strengths back.
Yeah, you better know it.
If anyone's going through domestic violence, there is a hotline number. It's 1-800-799-7233.
Even after I left him, he hated that I was no longer scared of him.
Mm-hmm.
After he cut me up, I was no longer scared of you. It's up and it's what's up now. What else can you do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he had me admitted once. He just thought he really in his mind thought I would be back with him. He was even with a whole other woman and she knew what he was doing. And I was coming home one day and the police stopped my mom and arrested me because he said that I was trying to kill myself and my kids. And I had to explain to them, get the paperwork from the sheriff's office. This man just tried to kill me. He had me arrested once, saying I tried to break into his house. He just was making my life a living hell. He was telling my kids that I didn't love my kids were acting out because he was telling them stuff about, And one thing about it is I never talked bad about him to my children because I knew that when they got old, they would realize on their own what type of person that he really was.
And the only way that we can prevent things like this from happening and stop this from happening to people that we know is if we notice the signs. Tiffany, read those signs off.
He call you names, insult you, or put you down, prevents you from going to work or school, stops you from seeing family members or friends, tries to control how you spend money, where you go, what you wear, acts jealous or possessive, or constantly accuses you of being unfaithful, gets angry when drinking alcohol or using drugs.
Notice those signs, ladies and gentlemen, because it's not just the women that go through this. It's men too.
Yes.
Men go through this as well.
Yes.
And it seemed like, oh, she's not hurting him. She's not hurting him. But you go from one
Nobody
thing
deserves
to another, until you realize, all right, it's time to stop. And like I said, I was one that I would lash out and I would, just go out there, but I was being mentally abused while I was physically abusing him. And I had to be the person that be like, all right, one of us got to say no and one of us got to stop. And I just was like, to the point where I was like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be with you no more.
Yeah.
Nobody
I don't-
deserves for anybody to put their hands on them, period.
Nobody.
And I remember that and stop confiding in these people, men or women, about things because mental abuse is worse sometimes than physical abuse because he used to use some of the things that I confided him about and would torment me with stuff that I told him to the point where I had rather for him to hit me than to keep saying this stuff he was
That's because he knew you're lower.
It's like it tears you down. Like it would be to the point where I felt like, shit. Like I was like, who am I? For years, I was trying to figure out who I was staying in the house. I wasn't gonna hang with my friends. I wasn't gonna do nothing. To the point I was like, I'm not this person. This is not me. And I slowly started just being like, all right. And then I just felt like no man wanted me. I felt so ugly. I felt like nobody wanted me. But it will make me so angry because I'm like, why are you saying this to me? And the only thing I knew how to do, I didn't want to fight. I couldn't fight back with words. I hate arguing. Hate arguing. So he knew it would lead to me just swinging on him. I don't want to talk. I don't want to argue. If anything, just fight.
And it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I said, you're not the only people going. You're not the only ones going through it. The children are going through it too. My children shouldn't have had to have walked around their house and seen their mama on the ground being stabbed by their father. I should have, and even though I wasn't with him at that time, I should have took them out of that situation because that bothers them to this day.
Yeah. Do y'all sit down and talk about it?
We talk about it, but not like in detail.
Yeah.
Like for instance, my son was like, the day of my dad's birthday, F that nigga. And I was like, why would you say that? And then my other son was like, oh, because he did almost kill you. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And then and I had as they were growing up, I just did not want them to take those traits from him.
Yeah.
So I stayed on them about putting their hands on females and stuff like that. I don't play those type of games.
Saying that, I got another statistic here. Okay. An environment where violence is either taught by example or accepted as normal will imprint upon a child's psychological. That goes with what you just said. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And it's crazy.
It really is.
Again, I want to say, if anybody is going through any type of domestic situation, please leave because the end result could be death. And I'm a living testimony to that. I thank God for sparing my life. That man was trying to take me out.
Yeah.
And and then our justice system, even leads back to the justice system because he didn't even go to prison. He did not go to prison.
Cut you up?
No, he was locked up for attempted murder. And they gave him like 10 years probation or something like that and let that man go. The day he got out of jail, he came to my mother's house. The DA didn't even tell me they had gave him a plea deal and none of that.
Every
Tell
single
you
time.
every time.
They will tell you every single
Tell
time.
you every time. And yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
and
Definitely.
what's crazy is it makes you or leads you to feeling like you have to kill that person for them to stop or for you to get away from
Yeah,
them.
because that's what it was leading up to. Even though we weren't together, he had his girlfriends, and I don't understand women. Some women are just disgusting because the women that he was dating would reach out to me and say some of the most craziest stuff that I was lying about what he did. I got the scars to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Why
I
would you
mean?
want to lie about something?
One
like
girl
that?
told me that she would do worse to me than what I say he did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I showed and I went to her job because we had to let make a believer out of me.
Now you ready to go
Mm-hmm.
jump on that person. And like I said, and for me, it was like, everybody was trying to make me seem like it was me in the situation. It was always me. But then I had to point out, well, if it's always me, why did he keep coming back to me? I'm trying to untie my hands with him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to let him go and let.
Well, really, it's not because in order for a person to come back, you got to allow them to.
Yeah, and that's when I started realizing it ain't gonna change. It ain't gonna change till I make a change. Till I start saying no.
Yeah, you got to start loving yourself, and that's the problem. That's us is what that's our problem. We love these men more than we love ourselves. You can't love somebody more than you love yourself.
Or hurt, or hurt, just being done completely with the situation. And it took me for his mama to, look at me and say, oh, I guess I just get a life insurance policy out. And
That's
I'm
what she
like,
said to you?
yeah, no. So she said it in front of me, in front of everybody, and I'm like, oh, this,
Yeah, that's a great.
this not it.
Kimberly said she can relate to everything you're saying. She said she went through the same thing of work. And I'm so sorry, Kimberly, that you had to go through.
And I'm definitely sorry. And everybody, I need you to pray for my friend Kimberly Stanford. Mm-hmm. She is going through something. She's been in a car accident, and she needs all the prayers that she can get. She really does, and she's going through something right now, and I'm gonna let her tell her own story. I'm not gonna tell it for her, but she really needs all the prayers that she can get right now. So she lost her son, Kimberly Stafford. Yes.
Tanisha Gordon said it's a praying. Tanisha Gordon said it's a praying time.
It is a praying time.
It definitely is.
And you know what? And what's crazy is that God took me out of so many near-death situations, and I still wouldn't get myself together. I still wouldn't. He continuously kept saving my life and saving my life and saving my life, and I still wouldn't get myself together. So you're right. It is a praying time. It is a praying time, but don't pray when you're going through it. You need to stay praying.
Pray, stay, yeah.
And then we pray that our daughters does not go through what we went through.
Yeah.
We so hard on our daughters, but it's just because of what we did.
It's a learned behavior.
We can't defend of the hurt of our daughters going through what we went through.
Mm-hmm.
It brings tears to my eyes to just imagine my daughter going through what I was going through.
Oh, I'm going to prison.
Yeah,
That's what nigga that will
definitely.
do to my daughter
That's why
what somebody's son did to me.
I always teach I teach my son not to put his hand on women. I teach my daughter don't hit them first unless you ready for the response of what's gonna come.
Yeah. I was taught you keep your hands to yourself. I keep my hands to myself.
Yeah.
Good.
We good.
I ain't gonna
Just
lie.
leave
When my
me
boys
like
were
that.
going to school and stuff like that, I play to put your hands on a girl thing, but after a while, if you were trying to refrain somebody from hitting you and they keep on, if you want to act like a boy, sometimes you gotta be treated like
You
one.
gotta-
Because I didn't see you in the school to be nobody's punching bag.
I agree with that. I know that's right. That's
Yeah,
that's
I
my
agree.
biggest thing.
I agree, Peaches.
again and walk away and leave. A woman gonna leave.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I ain't gonna
So
say it.
y'all,
But we gotta-
question, cause we were talking about it earlier about the Blueface and Krishan thing
Mhm.
and how everything is.
He needs to be canceled.
It definitely needs
And she-
Because where in the
go
world do we
pray.
live? What type of world do we live in where we are glorifying an abuser and for the world to see
Yeah.
on social media, on TV? He is.
But she be tearing his butt
abusing
up too.
her verbally
She be tearing his
and
butt up
physically.
too.
Yeah.
I love this so much because she reminded me so much of myself. She was always in a bad light of what she was doing and how she was responding or reacting now.
Yeah.
But now the roles are turning. She's sober, and maybe she's not drunk or drinking like she was anymore.
Mhm.
It's like now, okay, everybody's starting to see
That
who
is him.
he mentally abuses her.
Mhm.
He tears her down, and then when she responds, it's yeah.
Mhm.
Like telling his baby mama that, oh, they gonna wait to see when she lose custody of
They gonna
the
raise the baby.
so she can raise a baby.
Yeah.
A baby mama can raise the
Yeah.
yeah.
They
The
supposed
baby
to-
mama
yeah.
can raise
Yeah.
the baby, and
Yeah.
he don't want to raise the kid.
Yeah.
He don't want to.
But he want to take Krishan's baby and give it to his baby
Yeah, he
mama so the baby
yeah.
mama can raise
But
it.
now he's doing it to
No.
her. He's putting her in a bad life. She's now doing what everything Krishan was walking around here doing, being drunk and
Yeah. Falling over.
over, showing her tail.
Yep.
As much as she talked about, but he said it. He said, "I did it to any one of my bees."
I just don't understand why hasn't been canceled. You cancel R. Kelly, cancel him.
Who else did they
Get him up out of
cancel?
here. We are done with him.
And again, you can comment or call in. Would you rather be loved or hated? Is the question.
I got something to say. They canceled, well, they didn't cancel the whole show, but Caesar from Black Ink, they canceled him off the show because he threw a dog outside.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
you let,
Yes, but let y'all.
yeah, but you let him Blueface.
Yes.
Not no more.
But not no more.
I think he gets a certain percentage of it or whatever.
he was the main person.
Yeah, he owned Black people.
But he but
Not no
no, they threw him out
Yeah.
because of a dog.
Because of a
No,
dog.
no offense
Because-
to my animal lovers, but
Yeah.
I'd rather a man be canceled for treating women like he crazy
then
than
throwing a dog
a
out.
guy
But
over a
treating
dog.
women less than a dog.
Yes.
When he threw the dog out, it landed on his feet. You throw a female
Oh,
out,
wow.
you know
And
what I'm
he
saying?
said,
Like,
and
come
his
on, man.
defense, he said that his dogs were attacking each other.
Yeah. No, they was little dogs. They was little dogs.
He said they were viciously attacking each other, so he had to do something to separate them.
Mm-hmm. And all they got on camera was him throwing the dog outside. But the dog landed on his feet, is what I'm saying. He landed on his feet.
And Latanya Owens, I'm so sorry that you went through what you went through, and I just seen your comment, and I'm praying for you as well for healing emotionally and mentally.
We all
Because
need to be
domestic violence is something that always will be with you. I have nightmares still to this day what that animal did to me. Every time I look in the mirror, I hate my appearance because him stabbing me in my face the way he did. And some days my face drooped more than others, and he messed up the nerves in my right side of my face when he stabbed me in my nose. And like I said, the blade went through my nose. Thank you. But the blade went through my nose and through the roof of my mouth, and the handle, he was holding the handle in his hand.
You can't stop what God did out of flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That blessing that God put on you. No man can stop that. You are blessed. That is why you have all this you have right now, and will have more.
Brittany
Yes,
said,
he will.
Brittany said she remembered that.
It's what you are.
It's crazy.
A walking testimony.
Mm-hmm.
God has not spent the color for you.
And honestly, I
That you're going to walk in.
I really do admire it because like I said, it happened. It happened.
And you came back and made it out of that with all of this.
It happened, but nobody would have ever knew it happened because she never shined a bad light on him. Like
And she never stopped being there for others.
Yeah.
Despite what she went through, she's still looking out for others. Not her.
It's okay.
But she's looking out for others.
It's okay.
What she went through, her heart is still with others.
It's okay.
What a blessed soul right there.
It's okay to cry.
Yeah,
Let it out.
It's
you've
okay.
been through a lot, like, you gotta let that out, you can't hold that in.
This, have your moment.
You are so blessed to be stressed. You let it out. You know, we're all here.
Yeah,
Cry. You got to cry. But let it out, baby.
This is real. This is us, y'all. This is real. This is us. And this is most importantly what we wanted y'all to see, who we are. Why we are the way we are. You got through it.
Yeah.
You got through it.
you got to do it with your
You
kids.
still standing.
You are loved. You are loved by so many people. So many people had your back. You think you have all these people back, but no, all these people had your back as well.
Mhm.
You were not in this alone. You would never step a foot alone.
I will never let nobody put me through nothing like that again. Not ever in life. And you know what's crazy? I used to be the girl that says, I would never let nobody treat me or do me like this. Never say what you will or will not do.
And I was that
Because
person.
God
too.
got a way of humbling you and making a lie to you.
I was that person too. I was the person that definitely I saw my mom and dad fight, and it's like I've always been like my mama, and one thing about it, that's how my mom was. My daddy, might do something and make her upset, and not intentionally doing it because at the end of the day, I knew my daddy loved her. She knew my daddy loved her, but that was the way we responded. We can't argue. But you know what? I always looked at them and said, I would never ever go through that. I would never do this. I would never do that. And guess what? I was put in the same situation.
Yeah.
I was put in the same situation. So never say never, because you never know what you're going to
Never.
go
I used to see movies and Lifetime movies and stuff like that. I was like, oh, this be so stupid. Oh, that be so dumb. Or when my friends going through something, won't y'all just leave? Won't you just leave? It's not that simple to leave.
Right.
It's not that simple to leave. It is definitely easier.
Right, Brittany. Brittany said, look at you now. Right, Brittany. Look at her. Look at her still standing strong. She has came a long way from the person she used to be.
And just think about it. Look at your kids. Like your kids, you got some well-mannered, respectful kids. Like
Mine is,
you
I'm
really
sorry.
did it.
I'm
So
sorry. I'm sorry. Mine is one.
Oh, you talking about my baby? My baby is very.
Alyssa.
Jamil.
Oh, Jamil.
They are
He
very
don't care.
respectful though.
He don't care what comes out of his mouth.
He don't. He don't.
Nah,
But
seriously though.
when you think about that, and you
Yeah,
Whatever
because
you
I
think about
refuse
your
for my,
kids.
my sons to be anything like that.
yeah.
That made me, everything that I went through made me a better me, because it made me want to be, it made me strive hard to make sure my children were better than the circumstances and the cars that they were around, you know what I'm saying? So I don't take anything. So what now? My oldest son? He already is.
Mhm.
He already is a force to be reckoned with.
He is. He is.
Yeah, it's just I don't regret anything I've been through, because if I wouldn't have went through those things, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
Yeah.
I'm a strong woman that I am now. I've been through hell on that, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just a little something that I've been through. I've been through some things. You know what I mean?
Well, the chick that I met 14 years ago, I don't know where she at. I promise you, I don't know where
and
she
you
at.
know what? The
because
angry
you
girl that you first met,
changed. Yeah.
what I went through was the reason why I was so angry.
Yeah.
I
get
was
it.
so angry all the time. You
I
step
get
on
it.
my foot, we fighting. And I ain't talking, we swinging.
No. What? If you look at her the wrong way.
God, I'm not like that no more.
If you look at her the wrong way. Yes.
Well, you better know I would.
Yeah.
I thank God for change. a change in me, honey, and now I want to use my testimonies to help somebody else with these, get out of a situation like that, because like I said, it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. And no matter how much they tell you they're sorry, they're not going to do it again, they're going to do it again.
The only person that can make that situation better is God.
Yes,
And
Lord.
it can't be deep, too deep, because I mean, once you getting beat and have about almost dying, you just let that go. If it's something minor, y'all just like I said,
And it's not easy
but
by far
God,
to
the
just
only
leave.
person, yeah.
Because especially when you're in a situation where you be abused to the extent of what I was going through, because you're scared to leave, because you're scared that the next time it's gonna really truly kill me.
Only person that can stop that is God.
Hey, Aunt Ann say, hey, ladies. Hey,
Hi,
hey, Aunt Ann.
Hey.
how are you? And again, if anybody wants to call in, the number is 910-984-5211. And the question is, would you rather be loved or hated?
Yes, let's talk about
And
it. I'll be there Saturday. I ain't judging.
again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and supporting us, because we really, really, truly do appreciate it. And we love you guys so much for supporting us. And if you have any ideas on how we can make things better, or any ideas of a topic that you want us to talk about, please let us know.
We are
definitely
open.
will.
We are very
and we always do our research behind everything that we, talk about. So if you have a topic that you want us to touch base on, just make sure y'all send us a message, comment, anything, because we go back and look at the comments after this. So, just let us know. Like I said, and anybody got something to say or a story to tell, right now is the time for y'all to, just chime in, tune in.
And I know this is not a part of the subject. Yes.
Yes.
This is a no judgment zone.
No judgment zone.
And I know this is not the topic, but I just want to send out prayers to Jalinda McClain. I'm praying for you and what you're going through. And we're going to keep screaming justice for Daniel.
Justice for Daniel. Anyone going through domestic violence, the hotline number is 1-800-799-7233. If you feel like you don't want to talk to them, you can call us. You can call us if you feel more comfortable talking to us.
Find somebody that you can. Yes.
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 And Tanya, we love you too. She said she loves us.
Love you too.
Love you.
Like I said, yes, make sure that y'all use that number. Don't never sit back and watch somebody get go through something. Notice those changes, and that's going back to knowing the people that you are around, knowing how they normally are, and when they start to change, knowing when them that distance start hitting, because people that get abused get very distant and closed in.
And another thing is, the women that feel like that a man doesn't love you unless he hits you, you are stupid. You are a 2023 type of stupid.
Well, ladies, we gotta stop.
Because there's women out here that really truly do things to make the man
It's not
hit
funny,
them.
but it's funny.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I
Because
don't
like that he really
I don't
loves
want
them
a man
unless
to
he
love
hit
me
them.
that much.
We gotta stop saying just the ladies, because it's the
Yes.
men out there getting
Keep your hands to yourself.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Because
Yes.
you cannot beat your man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's men out there going through the same thing.
Yeah, but you hit them first.
Yeah.
Well, if I hit you, you best believe I wanted a reaction. I wanted to square up.
Yeah.
If I put my hands on you, but you can't hit somebody and then crowd victim after he knocks you back out.
Go in there.
You know, a lot of ladies do, but you know what a lot of ladies do though, they do that.
It's crazy. I don't understand that.
Is that out there or is it the speaker?
Mm-hmm. I think it's like it's what you call it?
It's the speaker. It was that speaker. Your speaker.
Yeah, it was a
It's
speaker.
Bluetooth to your phone, so everything.
But again, if anybody is going through any type of domestic violence situation, please leave. Tell somebody.
Yeah.
Call us. I mean,
If you want to
do
talk,
something.
we are here.
Yeah. Do not stay.
Do not stay.
Do not stay.
Oh, that's what she was saying. Kamala put the speaker on, so the conversation was going to the speaker.
Mhm. Yeah, do not stay. You do not have to stay.
Go, ladies, go.
I love
Mental
you
is
too,
just
Kim.
as bad as physical.
Oh shoot, let me check the comments. Hello, everybody that's tuning in.
And I'm glad you know that you're alive and well, Kim. I love you, and I'm gonna keep praying for you. And we definitely want to have you on so you can tell your story because you definitely have a testimony that everybody
Yeah, that'll be
needs to
awesome.
hear. And when y'all hear her story, oh, well, I haven't quit saying story. When you hear her testimony, oh my God, grab the tissues. It's definitely worth. You need to hear it. I mean, God is just amazing, and I'm glad you made it through this. And I'm so sorry for your loss of your son because while she was going through what she was going through, her son, she was in a coma, and while she was in a coma, her son died, and she didn't even know. At the funeral and everything. She couldn't attend the funeral or anything.
That is
Her
crazy.
17-year-old son. So my heart goes out to you, and we're gonna continue to keep praying for you and your strength and healing, Kim.
I gotta read this.
And like I said, domestic violence isn't just physical, so keep that in mind. It is mental, emotional, sexual, economic, or psychological. So if you not beating the person, you can tear them down mentally, you can tear them down emotionally, and definitely sexually.
Mhm.
And keeping them away from working or being outside, family, that is economic and psychological. So
And you know what? And like I said, he definitely would say things to me that made me, it would hurt me and tear me down so bad. I'd rather for him just to hit me than to say the things that he said.
yeah,
So mental and verbal abuse is definitely just as bad as physical abuse.
I'm gonna read this.
Even with our kids, it don't even have to be a mate.
Mhm.
Verbally abusing your children too. Watch what you say to your kids.
yeah,
Because it really does traumatize them and hurt them when you verbally abuse them.
yeah.
Because it's verbal abuse. Definitely verbal
Calling
abuse.
them
Stupid.
stupid or
Yeah.
dummy
Oh
or
yeah.
like that is
Yeah, that
abuse,
pisses me off.
and it stays with them. And some kids don't know how to handle that.
Mhm.
And once you start it, they're gonna take it and they're gonna run with it. Either they're gonna start it with other people because they don't want to feel that way, or they're gonna continue to say to themselves, "I'm stupid" or "I'm dumb."
Mhm.
So yeah,
Okay, this is medically reviewed by Smitha Van Horta, MD. Okay. Because domestic abuse is about controlling someone's mind and emotions as much as hurting their body. Being abused can leave you scarred and confused. It can be hard for you to see your partner's actions for what they really are. Usually, physical abuse isn't what comes first. The abuse can creep up slowly, a put down here or there, an odd excuse to keep you away from your family or friends. The violence often ramps up once you've been cut off from other people.
Mhm.
By then, you feel trapped.
You
Don't
feel
feel
like your life,
trapped,
the
people.
sun rises and sets on that person. You feel like all you have in the world is that person. And once they realize that they got you in that vulnerable state, that's when all hell breaks loose.
Rhonda Woods, she's
Yeah.
going through that right now with her daughter's
She
father.
is.
Leave
He
him alone.
when I tell she ain't with him.
I'm saying
When I-
leave him alone. You don't have to conversate with him if he can't
When I
respect you.
tell you,
Find
he is
other
a
means.
disrespectful.
Find other means of communication.
He is
Leave
so
him alone.
disrespectful.
Don't let him.
So
Don't let him do
disrespectful.
that to
He
you.
is so disrespectful.
And it pisses
And I
them
let
off
them
when
do
you
that.
become strong. When you are strong and you realize what your worth is. Oh, that pisses
Yeah,
them
don't let
off.
him do that to
That
you.
pisses them
Don't let him
off.
do that to you.
How dare you get strength?
Yeah.
How dare you know what you're worth?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It pisses them off.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the first thing is loving you.
Yeah,
You gotta love yourself first.
And after you go
And
through it,
demand someone to treat you the way that you know that you're supposed to be loved and
after you
treated.
go through it, it takes that's a big thing. You have to rebuild that love in yourself. You have to rebuild who you are and who you know yourself to be. Because I know I went through. I had to really rebuild rebuild my whole mind to know that I am better than what he's telling me I am.
Mhm.
Or I am better than what he's making me feel like I am. Because look at me. Look at who my mama is. Look at what she created
Mhm.
and my daddy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And once I started feeling that way, like, I'm never gonna feel ugly again.
And it is easy to do. And one thing about it is it never goes away. You always feel like you're a victim.
So sad.
And then even talking about it today, the tears that I shed is not because it still bothers me, but you don't understand how torn up mentally and emotionally that this has hurt me. It bothers me every day. I dream about this. Could you imagine somebody standing over you and stabbing you? He running you over with cars? Can you imagine what that feels like unless it's like a Lifetime movie in your real life.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean? And it's in color. I'll never forget, I'll never ever stop smelling that smell of that blood. It smelled like death. And I can't stop. I smell it so vividly, so fresh. Like I can smell it. And it'll never go away. That stuff is really traumatizing.
Yeah.
And could you imagine what it did to my kids that walked around there and seen that? They were really little.
Yeah.
Like it's just something that it's gonna always be here. And no matter how many times I talk about it, it's never gonna get any easier to talk about.
Mhm.
But some monster to
Yeah.
stand over you and stab you, slit your throat and stab you that way. Until the blade, the handle breaks off the blade. Nobody deserves that.
Nobody.
Nobody deserves that.
Yes. Just say that. Once again, if anyone's going through domestic violence, we do have the domestic violence hotline number. It is 1-800-799-7233.
For 911.
Or
People
Or
call
911.
911. Sometimes they don't even know.
911.
Because
Yeah.
I call 911. I used to call 911, and he was, I don't know, it's something about a manipulator, abuser that they can con anybody.
Yeah.
It's the story.
And to the point where you just wouldn't even look at him and think that he did nothing like that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And the police really would, it go from him supposed to be on lockdown to them trying to lock you up.
And it's so funny because I get in an argument. If I get in an argument with any male that I'm talking to, or interacting with, it's like I just shut down. I just walk away because I'm just like I don't want to experience being that person again. Like I know how it feels, and it's not a good feeling. So it's like now I just go close I'll literally shut completely down. And you know me, you'll call me and be like, what's going on with you?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't want to talk,
Or you say nothing. And I'm
yeah.
like, you lying. Yes, it
And
is.
I'm in the bed curled up because I'm just shut completely. I do not like interacting like aggressively, like it's not fun.
I do. I mean, I'm guilty of when I get mad, I can't control my mad
But
because of him and what he did to me. And I always feel like I gotta get you first
Before you
because of the extent of how he would abuse me. It was never just a fight. He always had to pick something up, or you know what I'm saying. He always fought me unfair. Because it wasn't like I was just letting him do this to me. But you can't compete with the car. You can't beat with somebody dropping center blocks on you.
Or with a knife.
Or with the knife.
Damn it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't compete with that. And it's always unexpected attacks.
You really do have that mindset because I not all the time, but when you start feeling that way,
Mm-hmm.
you like, oh yeah, nah, I ain't feeling how
Mm-hmm.
So I really do see you are very defensive when it comes to
And I can't control it. I cannot control it. And even when I try to, I can't. I can't. Because it was years and years and years of that.
Mm-hmm.
Not just a year or months. No, it was years. I had 2 kids by him and I already had one. And I was pregnant a couple of other times because it was like he wanted to try to keep me pregnant. I guess the more kids he thought I would have by him, I had no choice but to stay. Because that's what he would always say, nobody's going to want me because I got all these kids.
Yeah, I was saying that's another thing for women. Just because you have kids with somebody, don't mean you
gotta
have to
stay.
be with them.
Yeah.
Leave. You don't have to try to force it to work or make it work. Leave.
Please leave.
leave.
And again, the question is, would you rather be loved or hated? Would you rather love somebody to love you to death? Or would you, I'm gonna say, I'd rather for you to hate me, because if love means, for you to love me means for you to stick a knife in me,
Yeah.
hate me, please.
And I don't care how good the tail is or how, no, don't sit here and tell me it's too good for somebody else to have it. No, because bye.
That's vice versa, because that's vice versa too good to be.
Okay, if you're afraid of your partner, that's a big red flag. You may be scared to say what you think, to bring up certain topics, or to say no to sex. No matter the reason, no matter the reason, fear has no place in a healthy relationship.
No matter how good it is.
If you feel like you're
One
being
last time.
abused, there's a good chance you may be. If you feel like you're being abused, it's a good chance you are.
Yeah.
And it's worth getting help. Keep that in mind as you think about these signs. Get out. If you feel like you're being abused, get out.
Please get out.
Get
And the
out.
number is 910-984-5211. And if you have a testimony that you want to tell, call in and give it to a sister or brother. We want to listen. We want to hear you. This is definitely a platform where you can call, or we'll Zoom you in, or whatever the case may be, so you can tell your testimony or whatever it is that you want to
Okay,
say.
be vulnerable.
Yes. Because nobody deserves to be treated badly or abused. Not even, your children too. Because adults are not the only people that be abused or, mistreated.
Yep.
Because us as parents sometimes unconsciously do things to our children that is domestic
Yeah.
violence.
And if you notice that you taking your anger out on your kids because of what you're going through, you need to have a moment from your kids.
I agree.
Have a break, because you need to get yourself together and realize
Yeah.
that, it ain't their fault.
True that.
You have a choice.
True.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Because I've been seeing that a lot of, young girls, these teenagers and, young adults that's coming in now that's having babies because of their situation and what they're going through with their baby daddies or they,
Oh yeah. That is.
I've seen it with my own eyes, they talking bad to their kid or, not paying attention to them. And y'all are having kids so young and don't know the first thing about being a parent, and then get the kids and don't really want them, but you want them so that you can be around that man or have that man, and then you get them, and now you talking bad to them, telling them get the F out your face and go on, sit down and go on this way, go on that way. Yeah, no, you need to either let somebody else take the responsibility, take the wheel on that, or
and stop having kids because you think that's gonna keep the man,
because it's not,
or make the man want to be in a relationship with you.
a man that want to be kept, you don't have to do that. He gonna stay regardless.
Hey,
So,
Tawana. Hey, Monica.
but it's a lot of teenagers nowadays. It's just about every teenager that I know having kids.
We are going. I was speaking to him and watching.
Oh. It's just a lot of kids that I know that are having kids right now, and they don't know the first thing about being a parent. And as soon as they start going wrong with that man because they think they're gonna be with them, it's like, yeah, now I'm frustrated, I'm annoyed, and then a lot of y'all just sit on y'all phone and look at Facebook or Twitter and don't pay no attention to that child. And the child getting into
I have a house full of kids not paying attention to
none of the kids.
I know some people doing that does that too, and that's not cool.
Yeah, like no, like
Had to be go.
your kids should be your first priority.
Definitely.
Once you have that kid and that kid is here, let that man do what he need to do. Stuff. If he can't do it intentionally and love you on his own, then let him go.
Right, and love does not hurt.
Yeah,
Love does not leave scars.
that's
Love
the last
does
thing.
not give you black eyes.
No, and love don't leave you alone. Leave you lonely.
And love don't be calling you no bitch and
Hoe and
slut
slut.
and all this extra stuff.
Definitely don't.
Please leave you in this type of situation, because like I said, take it from me from experience that it only can end badly. Badly. Love is not, that's not love to be hit on or ridiculed or belittled. Because he used to belittle me in front of people.
Mm.
Like I said, I couldn't look at his friends in the face. They would be like, "Hey, Celine, how you doing?" And I would be like, "I'm fine. I'm doing good." I couldn't look him in the face. What kind of life is that?
And for some women, stop lying on these men, making them abusers and they not.
Mm-hmm.
It is that's complete. I was reading up, it was something in the blogs the other day when they was talking about was it a famous guy that they don't know if he really hit his wife or not, or she just saying
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
saying that he did it. Yeah, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are ruining these men's lives, trying to make them be with y'all or make them do what y'all want them to do. And it don't work like that.
True that. That's the truth.
It don't work like
And
that.
it's a slap in the face to people that really are that has been in a domestic violence situation. That is a big slap in the face to lie about something like that. When there's people out here that's really going through that or have been through that, that is so disrespectful on so many different levels to a true victim, a survivor, domestic violence survivor. And I am a survivor.
But not only that, you ruining somebody's life that you can just leave alone. You don't have to do that. Like, not to be loved or not to get what you want from that person. Just leave them alone. Like, leave them.
Definitely, Davico, it does go both ways, and we definitely just said that a few minutes ago. And some women feel like that the man don't love them unless they hit them.
Yeah.
They like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If they haven't hit them in a while, they need to do something to make them hit them because that lets them feel like that man truly do love them. But they slap them around. And I don't understand that.
That is not love at all.
No,
That's the last thing that it is love.
Yeah, it definitely goes both ways. Davico Campbell, some women can be abusive too. This goes both ways.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's what I just said. I just said,
Keep your hands to yourself.
keep your hands to yourself.
Please. I'm sorry, y'all. My boobs itch so bad these stitches. Because I'm scratching them.
Nobody even noticed.
Well, they did because I was looking at it right there.
Hello.
I'm scratching my.
Again, hello to everybody that is joining in and that is watching.
Tawana, they do need help. They definitely
They do.
need help. But I know
They do.
women that's like that, and I never could understand that. And it pissed me off because I didn't want to be knocked upside my head. I didn't want the stitches in my face, neck broken. You know what I'm saying? And here you go. You got a good man, and you don't think he love you unless he hitting you.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Until he got you halfway in the grave.
Because eventually, a person, anybody's gonna get enough. Gonna get tired, and enough is enough at this. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna eventually lash back out. They're not gonna keep taking it.
Like I said, that's what makes me scared of marriage. Because I never want to get into a marriage where I feel like, everything is good. And then next thing you know, this man is got me laying across the floor because on enough. Enough. Because I'll do that shit right there what she did.
Yeah.
I'm going to take me some damn self-defense lessons. I'm going to get his ass in the house.
Make
and whoop
booby
his
traps
ass.
all around the
Yeah.
house.
You got me fucked up at that point. We got married and now you cheating on me and you thinking I'm gonna just sit here and watch our kid, and you don't pop me in my eye and I gotta walk around with some shades on. You can walk around with more than some shades on, honey.
Yeah.
And Davico, you're absolutely right. Yes, we just got through touching on that too. Verbal abuse can definitely be just as bad, or if not
It
worse,
does not have to
than
be
physical abuse.
Yeah, I say it does not have to be physical. It can be mental, emotional, sexual, economic, or psychological. So yes, verbal abuse is going. Thank you for tuning in, though. Yeah,
Yes, because my self-esteem was so horrible. I hated myself. I hated myself so bad. And everybody that knows me know that I've always been a very strong woman. I've always loved my waking up in the morning. Being Selena was just everything to me. And that man had broken me down so bad to the point where I just hated myself. I hated life. I hated everything about life. Only thing that made me want to get up was my kids. Just looking at their face made me fight to want to live.
Yeah.
Cause I wanted to die. I really did.
I've been to the point where I don't even like playing like that with the men. Like, men like to joke around or like, don't make me do such a. Oh no, don't play with me like that.
Mm-hmm. Verbal
No.
abuse can be just
Don't play with
talk
me
about.
like that. Cause you got one time to swing.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's easier said than done. Like I said, it's easier said than done. People are quick to say what they will, won't, when, maybe what. And I'm a very strong person and can fight. But I'm gonna tell you, certain situations with certain abusers, or certain type of manipulators, you can say what you want to. It's not gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. You're not gonna be able to handle it the way you think you will handle it if you in that situation.
I just feel like now I know better, so I'm gonna do better.
Yeah.
So either if you hit me, you gonna get hit back. But at the same time, I don't have to speak to you ever again.
Ever again.
I don't
The
have to
thing
speak
about
to
it
you
is though, is like I said, whenever he hit me, I was fighting back. But what do you do when it's an unfair fight?
Because they're men. It's a man against a woman.
I remember one time he beat me with his steel toe boot that he used to have to wear to work. Beat me with a steel toe boot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy. You can't compete with that.
Yeah.
It's one thing to square up and knuckle and punch me in my face. That's another thing when you're picking up things or you running me over or you doing, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, you're a man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's picking up things and it's, you know what I'm saying? Doing all these crazy things to you. And, it is what it is, but I would never,
It's unfair and unhappy.
ever walk away and allow some, for me to see or witness something like that, I could never walk away and do nothing about it. Not after everything that I've been through, I could never.
Yeah.
I could never do that. And to those of you that do, you're a stupid. You're a sucker because you should never walk away and just let a man or a woman beat on the other. You know what I'm saying? Because what if that particular time is the time that person takes that person's life and you walk away and didn't do nothing about it?
They go too far and you leave. That would be the last time you see that person. Just like it was an incident that happened. I think it was my best friend cousin. Her boyfriend. They were arguing, and I can't even remember how the situation went. But he shot her and left the scene.
Oh, I seen that. The guy did a live and told about what happened at his house or something like that. I remember that.
Yeah, it's my
And
best
I
friend.
pray for the
My
family.
best friend cousin.
That happened here in North Carolina.
And Fayetteville. I want to say that it was one of I had to ask her about that, but they were arguing or something. And they said I think she was trying to get away from him, or she was going somewhere or something. And he didn't want her to leave, and he ended up shooting her.
Mm.
Well, I'm praying for anybody that's going through that or have been through it. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for strength, and I'm praying for God to give you the strength to leave.
Yes.
Because you definitely need to leave. And again, if anybody want to comment or let us know what you would rather have someone to love you or to be hated, let us know.
Would
Which
you rather
one
be
would you rather
loved
be?
or hated?
I would rather, I'm still going to stick to, I would rather be loved because I don't want to be hated, but I don't want to be loved so much.
I agree, but being with somebody that loved me to the extent that they wanted to see me dead,
Yeah.
I'd rather be hated than loved like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be loved like that.
Yeah, I don't want to be
Yeah,
loved like that.
I want to be loved just enough.
I want to be loved
Just enough.
Just
the way
Yeah.
that's pleasing to God.
Yeah.
The way that God
Okay,
intended
that
us to
sounds
love each
better.
other.
Don't love me more than you love God.
Yeah.
When you love me more than you love God, then we ain't got enough for each other.
Love me the way God intended for us to love each other.
I want you to come focus on yourself and happy so that we can stay at a happy place. Never forget who you are, so I don't forget who I am.
And Tawana, you're right. We do carry it on to the next relationship, and it be self-consciously. We do it self-consciously.
Mhm.
We do that. I'm guilty of that myself.
Being scared to let somebody love me, or
Yeah.
we take it.
You are so right about that. And it's easy to do, and it's not fair to that person.
Or wanting to.
Sometimes, you have to be understanding and sensitive of that. And sometimes telling people what things are from your past can hurt you, when it can also help you because the person might not understand why you're acting this way because they don't know what you've been through previously.
And I'm just like I go into stuff, and I will not tell. I won't explain it because of what you said earlier, they use it. I feel like it's gonna be used against me and say, "Oh, this is why you do it, or this is why this happened to you." Yeah, I don't want it. Just know that once I start getting that vibe off you, that it's not going right, I'm just stop talking to you, or I'm just gonna start following that.
Don't be like a bad habit.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in and watching us. And like I said, the line is always open, 98910984521. If you need someone to talk to, you can inbox us. You can give us a call on our KST line, and we'll answer and we'll talk you through whatever. And thank you for tuning in and watching us. And we really do appreciate the love and support that everybody has been giving us. People have been hitting us up saying they can't wait for our next show. And we're going to be coming every Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Thursdays is day.
Thursday.
It's our day because
Yes.
it's our time to be ourselves and who we are. Y'all, not be so serious with y'all, but like she said, if y'all have any questions or y'all want us to get on any topics, call that number or inbox us. We always ask throughout the week topics that y'all think we should touch base on. Because that could be your moment to come up here and talk and tell us, tell the world how you feeling or something that you're going through.
So Tawana, you're absolutely right. You do feel like that. You got to get there before they get you.
Yeah.
I'm still to this day live my life like that because of what that dude did to me.
And I did say I'm gonna get him. You got me.
Yes, I'm telling you, it is. It really does affect you mentally. And even when you don't think it bothers you anymore, it really do.
Yeah.
It really do. It never goes away.
Yeah.
It never goes away. Even when you can be moved on and in the best relationship ever. Yeah, sometimes we bring toxicness to the relationship because of past hurt and past trauma. You know what I'm saying? And it's an ongoing thing that just, some of us just relive. It's hard to not dwell on it.
And no matter how much.
I'm better now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Thank God.
No matter how much
Thank God.
how much you try to, let it out your mind, it's always gonna be that thought in the back of your head. This is what I went through. This is what I experienced, and you try so hard not to. Because,
like I said, in the beginning of those type of relationships, they don't come into relationship being who they truly are. They come being the best man or woman that you ever had in your life.
Until you say I do.
Until you say I do, or until they realize that they got you where they want you, and then slowly the real person starts showing their face.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Karen McSwain said it takes strong ladies to be able to tell their testimony. Y'all don't know how many people y'all are helping. Thank you so much. That is so true. That is so true. And that's what we are here for, to help somebody that's going through it.
And not only just here, if you want us to come to a program or speak at a program, we will definitely do it. I definitely will. I don't mind telling my testimony. I'll tell it too. I can't tell it no more. If it's going to help any especially these young girls,
run out them relationships.
If it's going to help in any type of shape, form, or fashion, I am here for it.
Run out of the relationships, because 9 times out of 10, if he's going to be, especially, I keep saying the young girls, because there has been so many crazy stuff that has happened in Harney County, and it goes unnoticed. And like I said, with these young girls nowadays, if he's gonna be aggressive towards you, and you got
kids and your family members, if they'll put their hands on you or do something to you, what you think they'll do to your children, to your mother, to your sisters,
especially these men y'all hating with when y'all not with the kid's father. It ain't always have to be the kid's father.
Yes, you do have a good husband.
A man that's outside of the relationship that you just not getting a relationship with.
And I'm glad God blessed you with him and somebody to love on you the way he loves on you. Because he really, truly do love you. I see it. I see you guys together. But again, thank everybody for tuning in and watching us. And we really do appreciate it. KST Lux Lace and Fashions. Brown Skin Women is bossed all the way up and
All the way.
all the way up. And please go and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and go to our YouTube page, like, share, and subscribe. Because we trying to get our followers all the way up. We want to keep this thing going. We want it to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and reach more and more people. And if you got anything, any topics that you want us to discuss, or if you even want to come on the show, if you want to promote your music, if you want to come on here and tell about a performance that you're going to have, or even if something that's going on at church, please contact us and we will do anything we can to help you help in any kind of way we possibly can. And then we're trying to utilize this platform for everybody
Yes.
from all walks of life. Because all three of us, even in this room, are from all different type of walks of life. They're heathens. And I've changed my life.
Girl, bye. I'm a work in progress.
Changed my life.
I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress.
I changed my life. I just, it's gonna take a long time.
Yeah, I'm a
Not
work
a
in
long
progress.
time.
I'm
It's gonna
working.
take some
I'm working
time
on me.
for
Well, I'm
me
here,
to
and I
really
know-
get completely bit
And all mine is made up and I'm not going back.
with who I am.
But I haven't,
But, yeah.
really say I changed because
You have
Me too.
a little.
yeah.
Don't do me. I've changed a lot.
I don't do the partying, all like
Hey, man.
that. Yeah, I've changed.
Hey there.
I'm able to still, be in the house and be to myself. And if I decided I want to go, do something, but I'm really trying to, right now take time to focus on myself.
I don't go out and stuff. Well, I will show my face places, but I just learned that sometimes it's not always good to be on every set. So I definitely don't do that. But again, the Bougie Hippie Challenge. If you want to do the Bougie Hippie Challenge, let us know, because this do work. I'm a walking testimony to that too, hunty. But it does work, and you'll see results in a week. You'll start seeing results in the first week.
Yeah, I need to get some
You
more
definitely
cupcakes.
will.
Okay. And they work,
The
honey.
next box,
Okay.
Wednesday, we will be talking about drug abuse. So
And then
Thursday is, our favorite. That's me and Khadijah's favorite. We love Ratchet Thursday. But Wednesday is
We're
going to
gonna
be
get
very
into the
serious
We'll
too.
get into the tape.
Yeah.
Let's work together to cancel Blueface. I just feel like
Yeah,
public
cancel.
humiliating a woman is just some
So
self
don't
respect. I just don't feel like we should
Y'all
be
know we don't.
entertaining the likes of this man that's doing this to these women.
We do not listen to that bullshit music that he made.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you. I think
Last thing y'all listened to was Bust Down Tatiana.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
I didn't even know what song he had.
But that bullshit that he making,
And then the little dance that he be
Excuse
doing,
my
all the
language,
kids be
excuse my
doing
language.
that little dance.
Even- yeah, even-
Other than that,
Even the song, the music that he making now with the babies, the pregnant women in the video.
I see
That
that.
nobody.
Yes,
I didn't
I
say
seen
one
that.
lyric, and he said he's slow. He looks slow. A lot of slow. Just talking on his live, he's slow. Something wrong with him. He's. I'm for real. Something really wrong with him.
Mhm.
He was in the B&D class. Huh?
The kids just
I'm not gonna get that. They just think you
But thank you again for watching. Please go and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Go to our YouTube page, like, subscribe, and share. Give us the thumbs up. And again, if you got any topics that you want us to talk about, please don't hesitate to contact us, and we will. If you want us to shout out your business, Tawana, I do want to know the name of your catering business, because I do want to shout you out. And I want to shout out Mr. and Mrs. Deckers. I don't know all the information. Keila Bell, if you could give me your information, because I want to shout your business out too. So anybody that has a business that you want us to shout out, please contact us, and we will shout your business out. We love you guys. God bless each and every one of you. And I hope God blesses you abundantly. And please tune in on Wednesday, where the topic is going to be drug abuse.
Drug abuse.
And
it's gonna be another serious one.
Yeah, if
It's
y'all
gonna be
know
another serious
anybody fighting an addiction or got through from fighting an addiction,
Telling me so.
please tell them to tune in.
especially this fentanyl
Yeah,
pandemic going on.
with the fentanyl is crazy out here, and then our young youth is doing fentanyl willingly and knowingly now. and not caring, we are losing way too many lives, y'all.
Way too many. And Taylor Made Soul Food is the name of Tawana Taylor's catering service, and she can cook, she can burn. I know eating plenty of her mama's food. Please support her business is too. And we love you, Tawana, very, very much over here. You already know that. But thank you again for watching. We love each and every one of you. And you guys have a blessed night, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yes. Good night. Love you guys.
Good night.
My daddy has kids.
Yo, I see them shoot across there. Are we still on?
It was on YouTube.
I see them.